Hey AD, I'm Ellen Pompeo. Welcome to my house at the beach. So I worked on this house together with my longtime friend and interior design partner in crime, Martin Lawrence Bullard. We get into lots of trouble together and have a load of fun. When I first bought this house, he found this original Desade sofa from the 60s, which is very unusual patchwork leather. And we sort of built all of our inspiration around this sofa. And then the walls. I think the book match marble is really striking. It's so dramatic, and it sets the perfect tone for everything. And it really is art in itself. So the bar cart is fantastic. That's one of the favorite things in the house. It's just so period and so cool. It really gives that mid-century vibe. And tequila is a favorite here. We love tequila in all forms, with not a lot of sugar in it. We just like the tequila and just some plain lime juice, Okay, so this is like the main dining area for the kids. This is where they sit, and these chairs are Swedish from the 60s. And this table was actually in Yves Saint Laurent's studio. It was a cutting table. And the plant on the table is called a seaweed cactus. I think it's so fantastic, and I love the deep green. The kids have a lot of fun at this table throwing food at each other. And then I scream at them from over there. Okay, so I cook a lot. So I have a lot of rules regarding this kitchen. This kitchen is very small. I don't like anybody in the kitchen when I'm in here. So everybody has to stand behind this line. There are 3 stools that I've been nice enough to put here for the children. They each have their own stool. And nobody is to come around into the kitchen. If they want something, they're supposed to stand there or sit there and ask me for it. This is my space. So again, we have the same Brazilian book match marble, which if you notice, the design sort of comes together even though the walls are separated. The pattern flows in a way that is really beautiful. And it really sort of reminds you of the waves of the ocean. You can't help but just sit and stare at the ocean all day when you're here. So the apothecary jars Martin found at the Parisian flea market, which I absolutely love, and in Los Angeles, because the ground moves, those are tacked down with some sticky tape to make sure that if the house shakes, those don't fall off and hit anybody in the head. So obviously this is the formal dining room in this house, and sometimes when we have a lot of people over, the kids all sit at that table, and the adults will sit at this table. It's big enough for so many people. The view is incredible. I wake up and have my coffee here in the morning. And Martin custom made this table. The middle moves. It's a lazy Susan, so it's great because all these people can sit around the table. The chandelier is a modern piece, but obviously the vibe is very 60s. And I think what's nice about it is it's kind of light, but it mimics the shape of the table, and it feels like it goes with the table, but it doesn't obscure the view at all. Okay, so we are in the primary bedroom, and there's a couple of things about this room that are worth mentioning. The marble you see behind us was inspired by this amazing art movie called I Am Love, and so this is sort of an homage to that. My husband wanted a custom-made bed so that all the kids, we could all sleep in here together on the weekends. So the bed is extra big, and this is where we watch movies, and we light a fire and lay in bed, all of us, and fight over which movie to watch. So this is the primary bathroom. We spend a lot of time in here, me and my daughters, and we just try to sit around and relax. The chairs are William Jouel. Again, just a nice little sitting area, and it's just a nice, quiet space. You try to get some calm and peace and teach the children the importance of taking some time for yourself. Full disclosure, marble baths don't retain heat so well. I don't really recommend it. It looks very cool, but the water doesn't stay warm for long. And I loved this bench. It's all made out of terry cloth, so you could sit here wet, and it's kind of like a big towel. So we are outside. We're in the back of the house on the bluff at the ocean. And this is all original to the house. Right? It's freezing in Malibu at nighttime. So to have a fire pit out here is really nice. The kids definitely make s'mores on the fire for sure. And this is, again, the best place to either have coffee in the morning or a drink at night. You could just sit out here for hours. This tree, it's a yucca tree, and I just think it's so sculptural and gorgeous. And so when we chose the color for the sofas, that was really our inspiration. One of my biggest struggles as a mother is like getting the kids away from the TV and away from the iPads, right? So sometimes I just banish them to those chairs and I make them sit there and watch the ocean and tell me what you see. This is the kids' bedroom. I knew that I love purple, obviously, and we knew we were going with color for this house. But this wallpaper, this David Hicks-inspired grass cloth, is quite graphic and cool. And so we started with that. Ceiling is like a nice place to add a little vibe, you know? It really does change everything, and then everything else can be clean and simple. Martin and I made these bean bags. They're from Missoni fabric. I love them, and I'm a big fan. I do a little touch of Missoni all the time with everything. It's so fun and colorful. This backgammon table is one of my favorite things. It's fantastic, and we're big backgammon players, and we're teaching the kids. So we've put it in here to inspire the kids to learn how to play backgammon. So the bunk beds allow the kids to have friends over, and they can see each other through the windows. They can stay up all night and talk to each other. Hopefully they stay up all night so they sleep in the morning and don't wake me up. And these stairs have drawers in them, so it's important to have places to hide all the stuff. So this is another guest room, and what's special about this room is all the photography. So these are all very important moments in Black history. Diana Ross, outside Motown. Martin Luther King, obviously I Have a Dream here. This is Grace Jones being painted on by Keith Haring. And then this is the Supremes, I think the night they won their Grammy, or one of their Grammys. I don't know how many Grammys they have. The tables are 50s, Gio Ponte 50s. And then we also have some amazing Herb Ritz photography here. Obviously my children are Black, and it's really important for me to have lots of representation in the artwork. Usually I really make an effort to have it be predominantly Black artists, or have the subjects of it be Black people who have made such an impact on our history here in the United States. So we're at the pool right now, and in California we really keep shallow pools because we have to be conscious. And the pool is the perfect place to hang out in this California heat, even though it's not that hot today. Typically this house is not very peaceful. When you have a beach house, a lot of people want to come and visit. And so this place, we always have the music blasting, and there's always so many kids running around and playing in the pool. My husband usually stays behind that bar and makes pina coladas and margaritas for everyone. It's a really fun space. The house was built by Buff and Hensman, which are quite well-known architects here in California. And the house had to be completely rebuilt because of the damage that the sea and the salt air does. So I took the house completely to the studs and redid it. And the biggest change I think I made was it was not all walls of glass before. And I replaced all the existing walls with glass. So this is the guest house, and Martin and I started this room with the wallpaper. The wallpaper was something we fell in love with, and we built the whole room around that. It's funny, you know, you can't really see it, but there's a blue, sort of a teal color behind the green palm trees. And so I really wanted to accent that blue because it's such a gorgeous color, that teal. And so we chose to lacquer the closet doors in the teal and make the grass cloth wallpaper teal. What's interesting about this house is it's mid-century modern, right? So there's a lot of glass, there's a lot of cement, a lot of marble, which is all really hard. So it definitely needs something to soften it. So I think all the warm textures, the wicker, the wood of the house, and you need that natural element to soften it. And I always make sure I have flowers and a candle, and there's a little espresso machine down there under the nightstand so that everybody feels at home and casual when they're staying here. Okay, AD, that was fun. You gotta go now. Bye. Go and have a tequila.